Your mindset is killing your English speaking confidence. How do I know? Well, because the exact same thing was happening to me. But last week I did something that surprised me, and as a result I've started a new habit, I've changed my mindset, and I got a double improvement on my speaking skills. And I think you can too. Let me explain. Here's what happened. I'm a native English speaker and a language teacher, and I make content that helps non-native speakers learn English, and especially with their speaking skills, fluency and confidence. And last week I was filming a video all about how you can practice your speaking skills even if you've got nobody to talk to, so how you can practice on your own. It was called Understand English but Can't Speak? Do this. And I've been doing this for a while now, so I'm used to speaking on camera and I'm used to listening and watching myself back. But I got to the section where it came for me to demonstrate the 2-minute solo speaking exercise, and all of a sudden I found myself getting very nervous. It's a 2-minute solo speaking exercise about a random topic, so all of a sudden I'm not in my usual YouTube script where I know more or less what I'm saying. Now I've got to think on the spot, and I'm the teacher, so it's supposed to be good. Well, it wasn't good. It was terrible, and I kept forgetting what I wanted to say, fumbling my words and saying I had a couple of attempts, but the more I tried, the more frustrated I was getting, and the worse my speaking was getting. So I just abandoned it. I finished recording the rest of the video and I thought, I'll come back to this later. I thought it was unusable, so much so that I actually re-recorded the speaking the next day in the car to have something to put in the video. But here's the funny thing. When I uploaded the footage later for editing and reviewed what I'd said, actually wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good, and I ended up using that first take in the final video. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't perfect. Nobody's perfect, even native speaking English teachers. But considering I thought it was unusable, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, if you're one of those people who just loves the sound of your own voice and is dead confident, this probably won't apply to you. But if you're a bit self-critical like me, guess what? You don't sound as bad as you think. Most people go through life without realizing this because you never really have to listen to yourself. Or I should say, you never really get the opportunity to listen to yourself. Listening to yourself is horrible. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice when they hear it playing back a recording. You'd think, I don't sound like that. That's not what my voice sounds like in my head. Well, guess what? That is what you sound like. But when you get used to it, it's not so bad. And it could be the key that unlocks your speaking confidence, especially if you're practicing on your own. So I mentioned my new habit. I've been encouraging my students to practice the speaking skills alone for years now, and I always recommend speaking for 2 minutes about a random topic, ideally recording it so you can go back and review. And of course I've tried this exercise myself. At one point I actually got really good at it when I was giving a lot of private speaking classes, and I was practicing it almost every day. But I've never developed it into a daily speaking habit for myself until now. So that's my new habit. I'm recording myself speaking for 2 minutes every day on a random topic. I encourage you to join me and see the benefits for your speaking skills and language fluency. Check out my free ebook, Solo Speaking Success, to learn exactly how to do this yourself. Link below. Now let's talk about mindset. I've seen the proof. I don't sound as bad as I think. And that gave me a shot of confidence. And guess what? When you believe you can speak, you speak better. And when you speak better, you speak with confidence. And that confidence makes you sound better to others. When you record yourself and listen back to your progress, this becomes a positive feedback loop. Small incremental improvements until you've completely changed your mindset from negative to positive. So when you record yourself, you get a double improvement. One, you get to fix any mistakes and identify any weaknesses to improve. And two, you get a shot of confidence because you realize you sound better than you thought you did. No matter how confident you get, the perfectionist in you will always be self-critical. And that's the thing that helps you to self-correct and keep improving. Turn it from a weakness into your secret weapon. And watch this video next to find out exactly how to practice your speaking skills on your own.